personality and then let people catch on with the music. Where in your case, I think your music will speak for itself, and then people, now you have people on the other side of the spectrum where they're too reclusive and they just deal with the music. I think if Kendrick wasn't as nice as Kendrick is, people would be saying,
right, he couldn't get away with that. He couldn't get away with what he's doing.
Right.
but when you're the best, you can.
Right.
Yeah, when his skill is there's 10 times 10 the rest of ours, then he can just sit on his own planet.
Right. And you know what I was gonna say? And this is, like I said, it's never shade, it's respect, this craftsmanship, but there's a little Slim Shady in that flow. When I say that is Shady has, I like to call it a fifth gear.
Yep.
Where he'll start level. First 8 bars, he's just warming up.
Yep.
Right. Oh, hey, Redman got a lot of that. Redman got a lot of that in it.
You feel me? And when
alien level,
he takes off on you.
Yep.
Right. And I think a lot of times, even going all the way back to Renegade, wasn't that Jay-Z verse wasn't dope? He just didn't have any inflection in it.
Yep.
He didn't have any nothing that grabbed you.
Right.
Right. But then when M comes on, he starts off mellow.
Yep.
But then he goes into Marshall. Right.
Yep.
They transform.
You know what I mean? So then he starts using these words, and by the time he gets to that, he's like, I'm the new Ice Cube. Motherfuckers hate to like you. What did I do? I'm just a kid from the gutter making this butter off these blood suckers. Right? So that's, just that in itself, knowing how real that is.
Yeah.
And he takes it there, almost like a speaker or a preacher.
Yeah, because he literally and to say like and getting bread off these blood suckers, he literally them labels. You know what I'm saying? He really getting the bread. You know what I'm saying? And taking it and maximizing what he can do.
Right. These people hate to like you.
Right.
It's like they love what you're doing, but they don't want to admit that they like you. Right. And I think there's a lot of that going on in the game. So Kendrick is dope. I think Kendrick is this era's Rakim, I would say. Like a lyricist that's respected strictly for that, and we'll take whatever we can get from him. But I think the Pensmans and the Swords and the Shinobi Knights, I'm not criticizing him in any way, but I would say that the level, I think he's somewhere floating in between André 3 Stacks as far as the way he'll start a verse and drift off, and then it's like a cross between Shady and 3 Stacks, which is 2 of the best to ever do it. So when you combine that, you get a whole nother level. But I think, like I said, brothers such as yourself, like Benny the Butcher, and there's a lot of dope rappers out here now that are.
I was gonna comment on that too, Knox. With Scientific, like that Klesko line just shows you the way you are. Like, I'm on the 5th floor with Klesko. It's a simple bar, but the way you say it, and then you go into the alien level. So what Knox is talking about, great lyricists, they have a way of just going. It sounds easy, and then they shift it to that next gear. And like the way you were writing the beat on that song, I think that's why Knox is definitely saying those things about you, because you're in that same pedigree. But now we got to see what you do with the social media. Are you interacting with the fans? Are you building a fan base? Or are you just a dope ass lyricist and just going to kill the show every time? Like, you're going to kill the song, be the best on the song, but are you able to interact with fans and build those fan bases to keep growing your career?
That's definitely the shell I got to come out of, because I'm a very good person with words and people and be able to plan it. But sometimes I have a hard time of like trying to promote myself or interact, because I always feel like in some sense it's like a brag, or like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't, you know how you don't want to be like boastful. And sometimes in my mind, it's like people, it feels like that, because I made a post today about, I was in my city, selling some, cause I had a Carnival Doors COVID pack, and it was like with a mask in it, hand sanitizer, and like an EPCD. And I knew that I can get off at around where the area where I'm from. So I went and sold those. Pardon me, I just lost my train of thought. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it feels like it feels like that. I feels like people should, and I made what I made on the post is I said that it's the people that make the person. And I'm like, yo, support, support, blah, 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 come through. I'm coming through. I'm pulling up on everybody, whatever. And then a couple local stores put the CDs and the COVID packs and lighters in the store based off of, just relationships intertwined and training kids in the hood I'm from. But the line for me, the lyricism, like the lines, I consider myself like my punches is more of like a sarcasm rap type feel. Like it's like I'm like, for example, one of my lines I said, ex wifey, scratch that. We have beef right now because her boyfriend is saving the scam likely. And then I just laugh like it's like, but I laugh it off. So I like to play with a lot of sarcasm to make people laugh, but you can hear. And then people like, damn, what you just say? Like, hold on, bro. Like, oh, you tripping. And then it just comes like that. It grabs you in that spirit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think you talk about when you talk about the Kendricks and the M's and the M's